Oh, what a morning. I slept like a baby. Could really use some coffee though. Now where would we be without modern technology, right? Ah, no milk. Thank you. There we go. Ah, nothing better than the morning brew. Maybe I should see if there's any post today. Let's take a look in here. Junk mail, junk mail, junk mail. Wait, what's this? Win a luxury holiday. We better take a closer look at this. Would you like to win a luxury holiday? Well, yeah, I think I would. You could be an instant winner. To enter this competition, simply sign up to our newsletter, follow us on social media, and submit all of your personal details over to us. Seems straightforward. Disclaimer. By entering the competition, you agree for your personal details to be shared with us and any third parties we conduct business with. That's not so bad, I guess. Wait, there's more small print here. Upon providing your personal details, you agree to relinquish any legal control over your personal data and allow us to become the new legal custodians of that data from this point forward. Your personal information may be passed or sold to any third-party affiliates or suppliers, clients or vendors at our discretion. Well, that seems to be okay with me. I mean, the leaflet looks professional, and they seem like a trustworthy bunch. I'm going to sign up now and see if I win. Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of Minecraft The Journey with me, bugmancx, and here we are, just hanging around outside the house in Minecraft Beta 1.7.3. I've had my morning coffee and I'm ready to go, but I don't really know what I'm going to do today. I might just have to roll with it and see where the episode takes us. But before we...
You have an email.
Wait, what's that? Oh, that's my email. Let me just have a look here. Remember that competition I entered earlier on today? Looks like I've won. Well, I can't believe it. Congratulations, bugmancx. You've won a luxury trip to the far lands. I've never won anything before. I better pack my bags. I've printed out all of the terms and conditions just so I can go through them thoroughly. You never know with this kind of thing, so let's have a bit of a look. Competition conditions. 1. Transportation not included. 2. Accommodation not included. 3. Food and drinks not included. Looks like they're skimping out on all of the usual stuff to try and save money. But never mind, I'm not afraid of a bit of adventure. We can head out there ourselves and explore it on our own. Now, let's see. Coordinates. The far lands are located on the X or Z axis at 12,550,820 blocks from 00. Wait, what? 12.5 million blocks? There's no way we can travel out that far without any help. Am I sure I still want to go? What's so special about the far lands anyway? I better do some research on this. Okay, you're not going to believe this, but the far land sounds incredible. Now, if you thought Minecraft worlds were infinite, you were wrong. Well, kinda. Minecraft worlds can extend out to over 2 billion blocks in any direction before the world generation starts wrapping around on itself. But the Farlands are out only 12 million blocks away. Doesn't sound too far by comparison, does it? So, it's not the end of the world, but it is a place that's far enough away to break some of the world generation calculations, resulting in some strange terrain generation and other quirky bugs that start to surface. Sounds cool. I'm excited. I say we make our way out there and explore it for ourselves, and then we can take a closer look at what's going on. But 12 million blocks is really far. How am I going to get there? Walking. I could just walk there. Just head off in any direction and keep going for 12.5 million blocks. But this isn't very efficient. Even Notch thought it would be impossible. He wrote about Minecraft's terrain generation in his blog, where he acknowledged the existence of the Farlands. Back in 2011, he wrote, "My gut feeling is that nobody ever has so far, and nobody will. Walking that far will take a very long time." The player in Minecraft walks at 4.317 meters per second. So if I was to walk in a straight line non-stop, that would be 2,907,301 seconds, or 807.5 hours, or 33.64 days. So just over a whole month walking 24/7 to get there, and that's not even counting having to navigate around mountains, oceans, managing my food, or battling mobs. Not to mention, there are no toilet stops. Oh, I wish I could, but I just don't have the time for this. Although, this reminds me of a couple of interesting pieces of trivia. Kurt J. Mack was the first person to start a YouTube series called Farlands or Bust, where he started walking from spawn to the Farlands. The series started on March 6th, 2011, and it's still going today. But Kurt's series is slow and casual, and unsurprisingly, he wasn't the first person to reach the Farlands by walking. What may be surprising is that it took almost 10 years for somebody to do it, officially anyway. In September 2019, Kilo Crazy Man started out a journey to the Farlands, streaming the whole thing. 9 months later, he finally got there, live on stream. Even Notch turned up and donated to him as a reward for his efforts. But we need to find a different way. What about the Nether? Well, the Nether lets us cut down our distance by a factor of 8, and because of this, we only have to travel about 1.5 million blocks or so, where we can just bung down a portal and hop out into the overworld. But even this is going to take far too long, and the Nether terrain combined with the ghasts and the lava, well, it doesn't really make this an easy method. Do you remember back in Alpha how we managed to break through the bedrock ceiling? I wonder if we can use that as a method. You know, ideally this would be perfect for a straight run. No mobs, no terrain, you can just head off in one direction and stop when you get there. But unfortunately, we can't place blocks up here at this level, and we can't get back down through the bedrock either. At least not as far as I know. So for me, this one's a non-starter. I can't think of any other good way of getting to the Farlands without, cheating. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to cheat. I've installed a couple of mods to help me out temporarily. This one up here is called Zan's Minimap, and this helps us in a couple of ways. Well, first, it has a little map up here so we can see our surroundings from a bird's eye view. I can even zoom in a couple of times like this, and also bring up a big map of the area like this. So, this is an interesting way of looking at our beta area lake. But it's not really the map that I'm interested in as much as it is the coordinates. So if I bring up the Minimaps menu like this, and do Hide Minimap, we can see that the map has now disappeared, but up in the top left-hand corner, we have our current coordinates, 704 by 495. That's just easy because instead of me having to bring up the F3 menu like I normally would to show the coordinates, now they're up there permanently. And while we're exploring the distance between here and the Farlands, that's going to come in very handy. The second mod I've installed is called Single Player Commands, and this one gives us a few advantages as well. The first one is it allows us to do things like /fly, and with fly, I can fly as if it's creative mode. Whoa, look at that. You've never seen the area like this before. Neither have I. It's pretty strange. And fly is really, really fun. Look at those ice blocks. I've got to do something about that, don't I? Fly is really, really fun because I can get to all of these places that I normally wouldn't be able to. And that's going to be really handy out there in the Farlands if we ever get there. How do I get down? Like this. I think I have to do /fly again to turn it off. Yes. And the other one, which is interesting, is just free cam. Free cam lets me remove my camera from my body like this and fly around the loaded chunks. It also does weird things with the clouds, but just ignore that for the moment. I can't really see myself either because the game still doesn't have reverse camera. So if I try and get behind myself, sorry, I'm not used to the controls here, but you'll see that my character never looks at me. It always turns away from me. But this is really interesting too because we can just quickly fly around like this and have a look around the terrain if we want to. This is just so cool. Well, those clouds are really putting me off. So let's turn free cam off again and go back to normal. The other thing that this single player commands allows me to do is teleport. So I should be able to do /TP bugmancx, and let's go to say, actually before we do this, let's turn fly mode on so that I don't fall down when I teleport myself. Let's go to this world's 0, 0. /TP bugmancx 0, and we need a y coordinate, so let's say 100, 0. Command not found /TP. Okay, that's because that's how you teleport in modern versions of Minecraft. In single player commands, it's /tele, and I just forgot. So teleport me, I don't think I have to put my name. So we go to 0, 100, 0. Beautiful. Look at that. We are directly above the spawn location, right above the spawn area house. This is actually quite fascinating. So the next question is, which direction do we want to travel to find the Firelands? Now, this is just going to be a temporary world. I'm not going to be keeping the chunks that generate in this world. That may be unfortunate, but that's just the way that I've decided to do it in this case because we're using mods to get there. So let's teleport ourselves 1,000 blocks forward. Let's just test all of this out again. Tele 1,000, 100 on the 0. And there we go. We've teleported 1,000 blocks. Oh, where are we? There's a portal there. I know where we are. The beta area lake is just over there, and just ahead of us here is where I go to do ice-related things and go to the wintry biomes. Okay, let's go forward. Just for now, another 1,000 blocks. Yep, look at that. We found the Skylands biome that we generated several episodes ago. Ah, look at that. Amazing, amazing. Okay, let's keep going. This time we're going to go 10,000 blocks on the 100Y and the 0. Ooh, this is brand new chunks. Absolutely brand new chunks in Minecraft beta. Look around, look around. There's not much to see. This is all pretty normal here. Let's press on, shall we? How about tele 100,000 100 0. Here we go. Same again. It's just regular chunks, isn't it? Nothing much to see. We can still fly around. Everything looks fine. How about 1,000,000? Oh, let's do 1,000,000. Teleport 1,000,000 100 0. Okay, we're there. Come on, world. Looks pretty good. Pretty good. Lighting glitch over there. Not much else to see again, but pretty normal. Clay. Getting all distracted by this beautiful terrain. We're getting previews of the world and areas of this world generation that we'll never ever get to see again, most likely, in all likelihood. Should we go halfway there? Maybe 6 million? 6 million 100 0. Here we are. Somewhere. Oh, the world's going all jerky now. Okay, let's descend. We need to investigate this. Whoa, hello! Where did you come from? Good thing I've got this funky fly mode. Okay, let's go on top of this tree here. Wow, look how jerky the world is around me. So let's turn fly mode off and get out of this. I didn't bring anything with me, of course. Not even my emergency bog roll. But that's okay. We'll go away, you. How come you can walk normally, but I can't? Now, notice how as I walk forward, let's just get away from this guy. Let's just go, oh, over here. Wow. Never experienced anything like this. It feels like, you know, the computer can't keep up or something, but that's not actually what's happening. I don't know exactly what's happening, but you can see, so the black box around this block here, it's called the block selector, and it tells you which block you have highlighted. Notice that as I move my cursor, it flips between this block and this block, but as I move forward, it sort of slides really weirdly, right? It slides almost as if the world underneath me is moving at a different pace to the selector. I don't know how to describe this. Look at the cow. Look at that. That is super. You are one freaky cow. Ooh, all right. So the world is starting to break down at 6 million blocks. I might talk about this a little bit later on. Whoa, that was so weird looking. That's so weird looking. It's like the cows are on ice skates. So if I were to continue like this, it would be pretty horrible. It's sort of interesting to see Minecraft behaving in a slideshow like this, but it's not really a slideshow like you might think it is. I think what's happening here is we're just seeing the world move in opposite directions to where we are. So for example, if I place my cursor over this block here, you can see that the texture of the block is slightly skewed off to the left. It's intersecting with this selection box over here. So it's almost like the textures for the world are misaligned with where the actual blocks are. And of course, I can break that block and I can place it back, but it is off with where it should be in the world. And as I move left and right, you can see that the selection box kind of shifts, but the terrain texture doesn't. So I'm standing here and I'm going to press my A key to move left just once. And again, there we go. The selection box came in, but the terrain didn't even move, or it didn't appear to. Do it again, and the selection box moves, but the textures stay put. Again, and again. And there you go, the whole world shifted, as did the selection box. And again, it's really, really strange. Just gentle touches on the A key are allowing me to see the world in such a different way. Anyway, we're at 6 million blocks. I think we need to press on again. So let's go back into slash fly. There we go, that's better. And go back to 8 million. And 100, 0. I think I was already in fly mode. Here we are at 8 million blocks. And we're above some water. Let's head down. The world is still very jerky, but I don't think very much has changed. In terms of... oh, it's so weird to look at. I don't know if it's got worse or better. Let's go down and have a look as that cow kind of slides past my view. It could just be because the player and the entities are acting normally, but the way that the world is being drawn as I move around in it is not. You know, this is very strange. Let's move on to 10 million blocks. And 100, 0. Now that I didn't expect. Minecraft has crashed. It's run out of memory. Well, I've reloaded Minecraft and I'm going to go back in and see exactly where I end up. Let's try this out. There we go. Okay, so we seem to be... let's put this off and the coordinates back up there again. Yes, we're at 10 million. Okay, everything seems to be good. Mobs are burning. That's always good news. We're still in fly mode and the world seems very smooth all of a sudden. Is that because we're heading in the wrong direction? Yes. We need to head in this direction. Notice how if we head on the Z, you'll see that things seem relatively smooth as we go. But as soon as I increase my direction on the X-axis, you can quite clearly see that the stuttering comes back. And I think that's just because Minecraft is working with very large numbers now, and something about the interaction with the world here is breaking down. I just don't know exactly what. Just about 250 blocks away now. We should be coming up on this really soon. Oh, wow. There they are. Look at that. They're massive. I have a huge grin on my face. This is the first time that I have ever seen the Farlands. Let's get ourselves over here onto this little peak and we'll stop and have a proper look. Hang on. We're nearly there. We're nearly there. Look at these things. Okay. Finally made it. Finally made it. I can't believe it. I mean, wow. Wow. This is truly special, and it's special because Beta 1.7.3 is the last version that these particular filelands will generate in, and the reason for that is because from Beta 1.8 onwards, the bug which causes this particular integer overflow, which is resulting in these extremely high peaks and caves, that bug gets fixed. So if I was out here in Beta 1.8, these filelands would just, I think, generate normally. So let's head on in, shall we? I really want to go inside and take a look. Now, unfortunately, because of the slideshow effect, it's going to be pretty awful for me to be able to do very much out here, but I can still definitely come around and explore. What I think we can probably do is use free cam mode a bit. Oh, I'm surrounded by mobs, aren't I? Because with free cam, yeah, I need to get out of here. I need to go up to the top maybe. With free cam, I think things should be a little bit smoother because I'll move the camera, but my player won't be moving. So let's go back up here on this hill and do a bit of free cam, and we'll explore that way. Whoop, there's the inside of my head. Yeah, so please do ignore the clouds, which don't seem to be moving. That's good. Wow, okay. So let's fly through the caves a little bit. This should just be endless as well, and I'm not sure how far the free cam will allow us to go. Probably just to the edge of loaded chunks, but look at this, it's like little caverns in the world. How far will this let me go, in fact? It's letting me go quite far, isn't it? Maybe it's still just generating chunks. I don't mind. Let's keep exploring. All right, let's go up to the top and have a look from the top. Wow. So this level here is, let's see, it doesn't give me coordinates because my player's not moving, but this should be the top of the world, and terrain cannot generate higher than this, but look at it, it's just beautiful. Except for those clouds. I'm really sorry about the clouds. I wish I could turn them off. I'm going to go down to the bottom of the world, keep going under. Now I'm in the caves. This is the cave network. Wow. Can you just imagine living in here? Look down there, it's the void. I don't know what to say, people. This is just something surreal. I think everyone should explore this for themselves. If you haven't seen this for yourself, then please do. What the? Is that lava and water? Yes? This effect is happening because the two textures, the lava texture and the water texture, are both competing to display in exactly the same place at the same time, and that's why they go all fuzzy like that, as you can see how they sort of intersect with each other. Yeah, that's fascinating. That's fascinating. Ooh. I wish I could do more. I wish I could see more, but unfortunately free cam is the best we're going to be able to do for today because of the way that the world jerks itself around you. It's just literally, it's unplayable. But look how beautiful this is. I really don't know what to make of it. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. If you've never seen this before and you're experiencing this for the first time with me, then, you know, I'm glad I could take you on this journey. That's what this series is all about, right? Exploring Minecraft throughout time. I couldn't finish up without wrapping up a few loose ends about the Farlands before I go. Namely, why they even exist. Well, Minecraft has to work with very large numbers when it comes to terrain generation. When you develop code, there are a number of integer types that you can use, depending on how large the numbers are that you're expecting to work with, and each integer type has a different size. Essentially, the larger the integer size, the more numbers it can count up to before it runs out of space to count any further. For example, a byte integer is capable of counting 256 numbers, ranging from -128 to 127. If you try and count past 127, you'll overflow the integer and the number will wrap around from 127 to the next number, -128. Think of that wrapping like an old school car odometer. Once it reaches 999999 or whatever its maximum number is, it'll keep counting up, but the dial will wrap around to 0 and it will just keep counting from there. But in this case, the range is between a maximum negative value and a maximum positive value. Anyway, Minecraft stores block coordinates using 32-bit integers, which are capable of counting numbers up to 2,147,483,647, or 2 to the power of 31 in either the positive or the negative. So if you reach the maximum 32-bit integer value on your x coordinate, for example, the integer value will overflow and wrap around to the next number along, which happens to be the negative in the opposite direction, and Minecraft will start generating terrain based on that new negative number. Out here at the Farlands, the reason it's happening is because we're overflowing a different integer, and the reason it's at 12.5 million is because of some simple maths. When Minecraft generates terrain shapes, it uses its 3D Perlin noise generator to calculate the terrain heights. To do this, it takes 171.103 noise samples for each block, and you guessed it, 2,147,483,647 divided by 171.103 is 12,550,821. So once we reach this coordinate, we're overflowing the integer used to calculate terrain height, and it wraps around from a positive to a negative value, causing unexpected results in the maths. Of course, there's a bit more to it than that, and there are links below if you want to read more on this. But I think that's enough maths for one day. Ah, look at that. It's beautiful! I thought before we finished up today's episode, we should come out here, to the corner Farlands, and this is essentially what you get if you put the same number of coordinates on the X and the Z, the 12.55 million coordinate. The corner Farlands, isn't it amazing? It's the same phenomena on both the X and the Z axis here, intersecting in this corner, and I think it looks amazing. So I want to say thank you for joining me on today's journey to the Farlands. I hope you enjoyed yourself, and if you've never seen this before, then I'm glad I could take you out here and explore it along with me. If I did make any factual errors today, then I apologize. I did research this as much as I could, but as always, there are so many of you who know this subject matter so well, so please do let me know in the comments if I got anything slightly wrong, or if I missed out anything important that I probably should have covered. You know, who knows? There's probably always something. But until the next episode, I want to say thank you to my amazing patrons for supporting me, and thank you to you for watching. And I will see you in the next episode. Until then, this has been bugmancx. You've been watching Minecraft The Journey. Bye bye, Farlands.